What's up, guys? Patrick but David just had Donald Trump on his show. Really fascinating stuff that they talk about in the context of interest rates during Trump's presidency versus Obama and Biden's. Check this out.
The one thing I wanted to show is the following. So you know how you talked about Jerome Powell, what an easy job. You come once a month and he said, we're going to increase the rates.
Greatest job there is.
I think this is the one thing they don't talk about. So Barack Obama got elected November 4th. Okay. Quantitative easing started November 26th.
Right.
And it stayed for 8 years until you got elected.
Right.
So if you look at that low, pretty much 0% interest rate,
right,
and then you get elected, right? If you go to January 2016, Rob, for the audience to see that, and then from there, one by one, rates are going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, and then Biden comes in, goes back down to zero to try to save the economy, and then the rest is obviously history.
Right.
But do you think the average person knows like the impact of going to 0%? How much does that positively help the impact when Fed lowers the rates to 0.5 point?
Yeah, it has a huge impact. The power of the Fed is, I think, pretty strong. Some people disagree with it. They think it's overridden by the interest rate climate. But I think the power of the Fed is very strong. It's an interesting graph, actually.
Yeah, this just shows that the rates didn't help you. When he says it was.
Well, they didn't use them to help me.
Right.
Guys, this is super interesting on a lot of levels here. So let's start with this. Donald Trump is a real estate guy. So if the Federal Reserve is keeping interest rates that high for the entire tenure of his presidency, they're essentially not allowing him to act on his strengths. And what do we know about the American economy, the American people? When do the American people think the U.S. economy is doing well? It's very, very simple. It's when people can buy homes. It's really that fucking simple, guys. That's why we've had all these cycles in the fast, like the last 2 or 3 cycles have been really interesting. The last 2 or 3 bull runs we've had have been bull runs in the context of stock markets and crypto markets, not in housing markets, yes. But during those times where the housing markets have gone up in the last 2 cycles, the average American has not improved their home ownership, right? So leave that aside. Those interest rates are keeping Trump from being able to actually help the American public as a governing person, as a president, to be able to lower interest rates, to be able to create new housing programs, to maybe even build housing. Because what is Donald Trump's strength? It's real estate, building things. And he's very, very intelligent when it comes to what is a good mortgage, what is a healthy mortgage, a good public-private partnership mortgage program, right? Donald Trump would be awesome at that, okay? The other thing that this brings to mind for me is what Trump has been saying over the last 2 months or so. He's brought up 2 very interesting ideas. What if we capped credit card interest rates at 10% and we didn't allow credit card companies to charge more than that? I think that would be a huge, huge deal for Americans, even immigrants, illegal immigrants that everyone's complaining about. That would benefit everybody. I really think that that's actually a very powerful idea. And then also he brought up the idea that a certain percentage of your car payments interest that's accruing, right? That interest accrual on your car payment, whatever you have, that could be tax deductible as well. Now, who knows if he's just promising the moon and this is just nonsense, but because that is what you do if you're him during this time period. You probably just overpromise and start to talk about creative things. So who knows what he's doing there. Last point. The Wall Street seems to believe that it doesn't matter who gets elected. This is becoming increasingly clear to me and my network, what I'm seeing on the internet, right? Wall Street sees that the Senate and Congress are going to be split 50-50, enough 50-50 between Republicans and Democrats. So who gets elected in their eyes, like they see no path for, a Democrat to be elected with a Democrat majority on both sides there, or vice versa. So they don't see a path for that happening. So Wall Street seems to be pretty relaxed at the moment. Okay? That's all I have to say about this. Very interesting stuff. We'll talk soon. See you guys.